being patient with us. Thank you for being patient with us as we got set up. Welcome to our November webinar. We're very excited to have you all join us today. Before we begin, I will let you know that we are recording this webinar, so we can all give you a copy after it's over. So my name is EJ Mina. I'm a product manager here at ClickMate. I'm super excited to walk you through some of the latest updates that we've made to the platform, things that we're working on, and things that are coming in the future. These are all updates designed to make your maintenance operations even more efficient and effective. Very quick history on me. So I've been in the CMMS EAM tech space since 2016. Currently here at ClickMate, I lead product development and feature planning. You get to read all of the awesome suggestions and ideas you guys submit in our Canning portal. On the ground, some fun facts. I've conducted on-site facility audits with customers all over the world, North America, Europe, and Africa. Also joining me today is my colleague Mel Motosh. She is ClickMate's product enablement manager. Today, she'll be helping me administer the webinar today. And some quick details about her. She's also worked in the CMMS and asset management space for 10 plus years. She has led multiple teams to help create various learning methods of SaaS products, and she's trained thousands of maintenance technicians and facilities leaders, helping achieve their software goals. Today's webinar is all about keeping you in the loop with what's new with ClickMate. We're going to highlight key product updates that bring more speed, clarity, and control to your day-to-day. Our goal is to show you how these changes deliver real value and help your team get more done with less friction. All right, a few fun facts about ClickMate. We are a Canadian company. Our headquarters is in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Most of our team members reside here, but we do have a couple people outside of the province. Although we're a relatively new company, our leadership team has a lot of experience. We have over 40 years of combined experience working in the CMMS space. ClickMate offers a full feature CMMS that is web-based and mobile, meaning our customers can access our software from any device that connects to the internet. Our hosting is in Canada and US through Amazon Web Services. And we're very proud of all the awards and accolades that we've picked up over this past year. We're well known for our ease of use, fast ROI, and high value. So the agenda for today, here's a look at what we'll cover. First, we'll walk through a few new major features, starting with the enterprise dashboard, and then moving on to procedures version 2. And we'll talk about how both of these can help your maintenance operations. Then I'll highlight a few key enhancements that we've shipped recently, and then we'll give you a quick preview of what's coming up next on our roadmap. And then we'll wrap up today's session with the Q&A and also information with how you can reach us with any questions you might have. So let's start with the enterprise dashboard. So one of the most exciting updates this quarter is the launch of the enterprise dashboard, a new convenient way for multi-entity organizations to see all their maintenance activity in one place. The problem we're trying to solve here is that currently companies that manage multiple entities, they don't have an easy way to view everything happening across the enterprise in their ClickMate dashboard. Right now, you'd have to click into each entity separately to see what's going on. And that actually makes it harder to get a clear picture of your total workload, performance, or asset activity. So our solution to this is the enterprise dashboard. This will give our users a single consolidated view of all work orders, requests, and asset data across every entity in their organization. With that single view, you'll be able to quickly see what's open, what's overdue, what you've completed, all without jumping back and forth between different entities. Who is this feature for? This feature is for anyone who oversees multiple sites or divisions and they need to track data quickly. The benefit here is that leaders in your organization, they get visibility over everything that's going on. This will save you time, improve oversight, and it'll give your team a clear consolidated picture of what's happening across every entity. So whether you're monitoring work orders, requests, or asset activity, it's all going to be in just one single dashboard, providing a straightforward view of your operation. So let's jump into the web dashboard here so I can show you a quick demo of how it works. And just going to quickly make sure I can see what I'm doing here. There we are. Okay. All right. So the enterprise dashboard. So the enterprise dashboard is accessible for all admins, limited admins, and technicians. You can find it in the left menu here, just above the entity selector. So on this page, it'll show you all of the entities in your organization that you have access to. Each card has a simple or detailed view. Right now, we're looking at the simple view. This simple view will contain active work order data. So what's going on right now. You can see the total number of active work orders. I have 358 in this entity. The total number of pending requests. We can see how many of my active work orders are overdue, and then how many of my active work orders are critical. We've added a red border along with a red exclamation mark to make it even more noticeable that there are some critical work orders in your entity that you should probably take action on. The detailed view, we'll switch over. Let's switch both of them actually. So this will give you some more information. In addition to active work order data, you'll be able to see completed work order data along with asset related data. So for completed work order data, you can use the date picker here in the top right corner to look for data from a specific date range. So this date picker here should look familiar for you. This was something that we use across the app. The default when you start is this month, but I'm going to just move us back to last month so we can see how many work orders I completed last October. So here you can see my date range, month of October. I have a total of 8 work orders I completed. We're also displaying total cost. So this is the total cost of all of the work orders that were completed in last October. Completed on-time percentage, this is a good metric to follow. So this will show me the percentage of work orders that had due dates. If you're using due dates, this will be a good way for you to track your on-time percentage. If you're not, this won't be like really a number for you to look at. But you can see here that of my work orders, there were 2 that had due dates on them, but 1 of them were only completed on time. So that's why I'm at 50% here for my on-time percentage. And then down below here, we're also showing asset data. So I can currently see the number of assets I have offline in my entity. This is also designated with a red border and a red background here. So you can see that, there might be an asset we need to take a look at. And then on the right here, this is the count of the percent of assets in my entity that have PM schedules associated with them. So if you're still setting up your ClickMate, that number might be lower for you. If you have all your assets into the system along with your PMs, this number might be closer to 100. My entity is relatively new, so I've got a lot more PM schedules to add and associate to my assets. So for each card, we are showing the time zones. So in the event, you might have, an entity in Central or East or West, and they have different time zones. This will help you understand exactly where that time range fits. Each card is interactive as well too. So if I were to click on anywhere in this card over here, it'll switch my entity selector in the left menu. So you can see I'm in Richardson, but now I can click over to Johnson, and that'll put me back into the Johnson entity. And then we also have a quick link at the bottom, which will take you directly to the module, the work order module within that entity. So I'll click here, and that'll take me to the module page for the Johnson entity that I was selected in. All right, so I'm going to move back here. Yeah, so that's very quick but very simple feature. The idea here is to give you really just a snapshot of what's going on within your entity, so you can understand, where you might need to take action on without having to click across, multiple entities in your ClickMate dashboard. Release date for this feature. So we're looking at actually releasing this as soon as the webinar is over. We wanted to give you a quick preview of it now, but this feature will be turned on probably within the next 45 minutes or so. We're super excited for you to try it out. Again, please let us know if you have any feedback or any questions or any ideas for improvements. We look forward to hearing from you. All right. Next up, we're going to look at our second feature that we're presenting today, which is our procedures version 2. So earlier this year, we introduced procedures as a way to standardize how work gets done in ClickMate. So what you see on the slide here is the core value. Procedures helps teams reduce inconsistencies, avoid missteps, and ensure better quality overall. So now we're taking that foundation and we're making it even stronger with a brand new set of enhancements. We've added new step types, including the ability to attach images or files directly to a procedure step. This will make it easier for technicians to document what they did or reference important materials right in the workflow. Another step we're introducing are signature steps. So this adds an extra level of verification and accountability when it's needed. And finally, you'll be able to add comments to any procedure item. So this will allow teams to communicate, capture context, ask questions with each other, or flag details as they go. This will make your procedure responses much more collaborative and then much more informative for everybody who's involved in that process. So altogether, all of these updates will make procedures more clear, more auditable, and more actionable for teams in the field. We'll take you through a quick demo of what these new procedure features look like. And now, before I start this demo, I will mention in a couple weeks, my colleague Mel will be hosting a training session on how to use procedures. So if you're somebody who is currently using ClickMate but haven't really got the full experience of procedures and you want to learn how to get the most out of them, we recommend attending that training session. Invites will go out soon to everybody who's attending this webinar, and I highly recommend that you attend that session. For today's purposes, I won't go through the entire feature in depth, just the important parts of today's presentation. We'll quickly go through how to create a procedure from the dashboard here, and then we'll log into the mobile app and we'll be able to complete a procedure on a work order as a technician. So I'm here on my dashboard. Procedures, they live over here in the left menu in the procedures module. You can see I have a list of procedure templates. These procedure templates are created globally, so you don't have to create multiple procedures if you want to use them in each of your entities. Over here in the top right corner, we can hit this plus procedure button and then begin the process for creating. It's what we call actually a procedure template because you reuse it multiple times on a work order or a PM schedule. So I've got a procedure template I want to create. Today we'll be inspecting some emergency lights in a couple of my rooms in my entity here. So let's call this emergency light inspection. And I've created a couple of these in advance. So I'm just going to call this number 3. We'll add a short description here. Say this is a procedure for checking emergency lights. And I'll hit save. Okay, awesome. So our next step is to start adding all of the procedure steps that we want our technicians to follow. So I'll click the new item button here. And whenever you add a step, you can add like the name or description of it. Like, is it a question or is it like a statement like the widget is locked out? You'll see a better example when we get to looking at the work order. This drop down here for step type, these are all the step types that we currently support for procedures. So the ones we started out were checkboxes, dates, inspections, multiple choice, numbers, signatures, and text. The new ones we're adding are image file and signature. Sorry, I just said signature is what we started with, but image file and signature are the two new ones we're introducing today. Let's start with creating our first step. Let's use an inspection step here. So the inspection you'll see on the work order give me three options to pick from, either pass, flag, or fail. And the question we'll associate with this is, does the emergency lights turn on? So ideally, this would be a pass when we get to responding to the procedure. So we'll click save. And we want to add another step here. Let's do a photo for the step. So take a photo of the fixture. And then in the step type here, we'll pick image file. So it could be like a PDF or if you have something saved in your camera roll. In most cases, it probably will be a photo, but if you need to add a file, you can also add that here as well. Our third step, let's add something for just answering it like a text. Add any notes or observations. And then we'll add a fourth step for signing off. We'll have the technician provide their signature to make sure that they've acknowledged they've completed the proof of work here. So confirm completion. Awesome. Just for time purposes today, we won't go through every single step item. We'll just do a short one here with these four steps. I'll hit save. And awesome. So I've created my procedure template. Now we're ready to put it on a work order and get it out to our technician to do the inspection. Generally, I'd probably create like a monthly PM and have this maybe like, assigned to a few people. But for time purposes, we'll just go ahead and create a reactive work order. So let's go over to work orders in the left menu here. And then we'll go ahead and create a work order. So hit this green button. So this is the work order form. I think many people have seen this already. So we'll add a title here. Call this emergency light inspection. And then a short description here will be inspect the emergency light for proper operation. I'm going to put this as a priority of high. This is important for our team members to do. And then we'll categorize it so I can look back on it in my reports later. We'll pick safety. Assign to. So I have a version of myself who's a technician. So I'll go ahead and pick myself here. And then we'll pick the location that the emergency light needs to be checked. So this is going to be in the break room of my entity. Cool. So that's the information I want to add, but we need to add a procedure. So there's a select here for procedures. I have a long list. Let's just go ahead and type in a keyword. We're going to pick this one that we created just now, Emergency Light Inspection 3. If you needed to add anything else, like parts, or maybe you're working with a vendor, you can absolutely do that. I'm going to throw in a due date here. We want this done, say by tomorrow, actually. All right, so that work order is created. I'll hit save. I can click view work order to open it up here. I'll give you a quick look of what it looks like for the procedure on web, but very likely if you're on the ground, you're going to be looking at this from your device. So I'm going to switch screens in just a bit, but this is what it looks like from the desktop. You can see the procedure along with a preview of each of the steps. Notice here that this is a little bit lighter in text, and there's no check mark here to tell you that the procedure hasn't been responded to yet. If I click here, this is the window for responding to the procedure. So the inspection option that we added for step 1, you can see it's pass, flag, or fail. Comments as well, which we'll do interactively from the mobile device. There's photos, text fields, and then the signature here. So I'm going to just pivot now to my mobile device. Let's close this up. And I'm going to screen share another screen. All right, so I'm just going to ask the chat to let me know if you can see my iPad on the screen. Please give me a yes or thumbs up. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Okay, cool. So I'm signed in as my technician, EJ technician here. And I just want to make sure I'm in the right entity, obviously, so I can find the work order that's assigned to me. That's ClickMate University. From here, I'm going to click work orders on the bottom. That's the wrench icon. And I'm looking at all active work orders, but to find things faster for myself, I can use the quick filter here and pick my active work orders. If you close the app and you go back in, it'll be still on that my active work orders filter as a default, so you don't have to worry about multiple clicks just to see the work that's assigned to you. There's 2 work orders assigned to me, but today we're concerned with work order 13421, the first one at the top of the row, emergency light inspection. Let's go ahead and click on it. All right. So this is what the mobile app looks like. You can see here there's a status bar at the top. When I'm ready to start the work order, I'll go ahead and switch it to in progress. But just looking through the information here, the things that you can see were added when the work order was created, due date, where it is. So the location is important. Procedures is the second tab here. So I can hit the show more button and you can see that these are the steps that I need to take. In terms of actually responding to the procedure, there's this green edit button on the right. I'll click that to start doing the procedure. But before doing that, let's just go ahead and change the status to in progress so we can know, when this has actually started. So now I'm going to hit the pencil icon and just like on web, exact same steps, right? So the first question is, does the emergency light turn on? I'm looking at it right above my head right now, and that's a pass. Okay, take a photo of the fixture. So I click the attach file button, and from here, I have a couple options. If I had like a photo in my device already, I can click the My Files and I add it. What I'm attaching here is just a PDF, but just to give you an example of what it looks like for attaching a file. Or I can take a photo of it. So I just hit the camera button, and yeah, this is the cable from my iPad to my computer. I can hit that. Photo is corrected. Photos taken, and I've just attached it here. hit the save button. But let's actually take a better photo here. So I don't like the photos that I've taken. I'm going to hit attach again. We'll delete that. Delete the file because I don't need it today. And we're going to take a photo. So I'm just turning around and getting ready to take a photo of my ceiling. There we are. This is definitely not emergency light. It's just uh this is just my ceiling light. Does the photo feature work with iPhone? Yes. So I'm actually on an iPad right now. So phone, iPad, Android devices as well. We'll hit save. Awesome. Okay, so photos added there. You can see just hitting the icon, so I can do a quick preview of it. If you're a supervisor and you're reviewing the work here, just one quick tap to see what was added. The third step was just add any notes or observations. So I'm just gonna say works fine. And then down below is for confirming the completion. So I'm gonna sign here just with my finger. Nothing fancy here. There we are. So as soon as you sign, you'll notice that it does document who signed it and then also when in terms of date and time. I've completed all of the steps. So at that point, you can see that the complete button is now green. But if I were to, let's say, remove this photo. So now I can't actually complete the procedure because I'm missing one of the steps here. So let's just go add the photo back. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the complete button. There's a little message at the top of the screen here that says procedure completed. And then it'll take me back to the main work order screen with the procedure section. There's a green little pill here to tell whoever that the procedure has been completed. And then each of the steps that were responded to, they now show a green check mark just on the left here. And then there's also a preview of the the photo that was added. If there was a file there, I can tap on that and maybe I'm reading a PDF that'll also open up in this window here. The signature doesn't expand, but you can see clearly that somebody has signed this. Um, what's next here? Comments, actually. So let's go back to the procedure. If you wanted to add a comment, just to give more context here. So I reopened it and I'm just going to go add maybe a comment underneath this photo. You can add a file or you can add another photo, but we'll just keep this simple for today. The brand is called First Light. And say that's a model or something of this emergency light. Um, the name of the person who added that comment along with date time is there. And ultimately, if you need to change it or even just remove it, it's a quick swipe. You can hit delete and then the comment will be removed. So quick way, instead of just adding comments on the work order, you can actually have a back and forth dialogue with somebody directly on that procedure item. So you can ensure that the job is getting completed the way that it should. All right. I'm just going to go back here. So yeah, that's essentially procedures version 2. So from here, you'd probably just complete the work order. In my case, I'm a technician. I need to review it. There's actually settings. This is good. This popped up here. This will probably be covered during the training session, but there is a setting in your dashboard that will allow you to ensure that comments were added if there's any procedures that were marked incomplete. So In the event I couldn't complete that procedure, I need to leave a note. Maybe we'll make that more. Yeah, that should be fun in review. Okay. Kind of an extra thing to throw in there. Again, we'll go through that in our training session, but just being fluid here and showing you how to mark a work order is complete with incomplete procedures. In regards to the invite, again, look out for it soon. And please let us know if you have any questions or feedback about what you saw today. Let me pivot back now to my desktop. Resume sharing. Okay, I should be back now on the work orders module. And we'll go back to the presentation. Okay, so talking about how we can start using this feature. So today we're rolling this out as a closed beta. We've done closed betas before, most recently the floor plans feature. So this means that anybody who's attending today, customers or prospects, will have the opportunity to try this feature before anyone else. Joining, we'll keep it super simple like we did last time for signing up for a beta. We'll have a poll at the end of the webinar. If you're not able to actually stay till the end of the webinar, just shoot us an email at support@clickmate.com, and then we'll get you added. This closed beta, the purpose of it is to get your feedback on how we can actually make it better before we go out with the final version, whether that's something that you're missing or something that needs to be improved. We're always open to feedback and hearing what you think about our feature before making it available for all. All right, next up, I'm going to run through some enhancements that we released over the past quarter. So we released support for hyperlinks. This was a popular request, a very simple one, but I think a very powerful tool for many people. You can now add URLs and links to the description fields in ClickMate, work order descriptions, location descriptions, asset description. Anywhere in the application you see a description field, you'll be able to add a link. So in this example here, this is a work order. I just added a video from YouTube for my technician to understand how to do a repair on the air handler. You can link the videos, web pages, or files anywhere in the app. We also introduced fast filters. There's one more after this, but this page is the inventory and parts page. This here specifically is a quick filter for below minimum quantity. So with just a single click, you'll be able to update that list of inventory and parts to tell you which parts are below your minimum quantity. Fast filters for requests. This was a popular request from our customers. So this filter is for quickly filtering the list just to the requests that were submitted by you. By default, the pages were showing all of them, which might not be relevant for some users, but you can just hit that My Request filter, and then you'll see the ones that only you submitted. This is also available on mobile, so have a look there if you're a requester user for mobile. Last one I'll mention today. This one you've probably seen a little while back. We updated the location details view to show the work order history. So very similar to the asset view. Down below, you can scroll and you can see work order history. We've now done the same for locations. You can see like a bar graph of created work orders versus completed work orders. And this is also available on the mobile app as well too. So what's upcoming on our roadmap? So there's lots, but I'll just highlight a few of them here. The first one is interactive KPIs. So some of our modules have KPIs above the table. specifically the work orders and inventory and parts modules. We had, lots of requests to make these interactive. What I mean by that is that you can quickly update your list of work orders or parts by just clicking on the KPI. An example is if you're looking at the work order modules, if you click on the overdue KPI or you click the unassigned KPI, the list of work orders in the table will quickly update to show you just those overdue or just those unassigned work orders. We're also adding two new user roles. The first one is called lead technician. This is similar to the existing technician role, but with the ability for these users, these lead technicians, to assign themselves to any work order. So previously, as a technician, I'd have to get like my admin or limited admin to assign it to me. But now that I have this new lead technician role, I have the ability to go to any work order that's open and assign it to myself. So more freedom and then easier time of just putting myself onto a work order. The second one is called view only. So this role is a role that actually doesn't count towards your company user license limit. The purpose of this role is to really just give anyone in your organization that doesn't interact with the system, every day, not a power user, not a daily user, give them access to see what's going on within your organization. So that might be like an owner of the company, stakeholder, just someone who just needs to see information but not actually create work orders or edit data or things like that. Again, not something that counts towards your user license limit. So if you want someone to, just start looking at ClickMate, that's something that they can use. In terms of when these are going to be done, so view only is actually out now. You can check it out, and lead technician we're probably expecting before the end of the month. And the last one I'll highlight, we've been working on this one for a little while, but we're getting close to finishing it. This is parts reconciliation. So we know that it is a little bit multiple extra steps to reconcile your parts, but we're working on giving you the ability to update your quantities without having to create work orders. So just a couple clicks, you'll be able to reconcile your parts, whether you've, added one, lost one, and you don't have to create a work order for it. All right. I just want to jump to the poll actually, so we'll come back to this. So Mel, if you can hear me, maybe we can get that poll on screen. So the first question of the poll is, do you want to participate in the new procedures closed beta? Second one is, would you like to speak to a rep about adding users or sites? And the third one is about leaving a G2 review and getting a $35 gift card. We give some time for everybody to respond here. All right. So we'll go ahead back to our Q&A here, take a look at some questions that were thrown in. Just getting my window set up here. Okay, so try and get through as many as we can in a couple minutes. Are we able to create custom roles? So right now, custom roles is not available, but it is something that we're still planning to deliver. In terms of timeline, we're hoping to get to it next year. In the meantime, we hope that the lead technician will help with some of the requests that our customers have had. What roles can access the enterprise dashboard? So as mentioned, the users that can access the enterprise dashboard are admins, limited admins, technician, and lead technician, along with view only. The key difference between technicians and admin users is that technicians won't be able to see the total cost, whereas admins will be able to see that total cost metric there. Is the enterprise dashboard in the mobile app? Not yet. So we haven't worked on it. Again, our goal was to, get this feature out as fast as possible, starting with web. But based off your feedback, if that's something that's really important to you, let us know, and then we can look at considering it for the mobile app as well. How many procedures can be added to a work order? There isn't any limit. You can add as many as you like. If you have, two separate procedures and you want to segment them differently, you can definitely do it that way. What is the difference between checklists and procedures? So checklists are actually like a simple version of procedures. So when we started, we just had the simple checklist. Um, Procedures actually has checklists as one of those options. Uh, Generally, you'd probably transition over from your checklist procedures because you can get more out of procedures with all the different types that they offer. If I edit a procedure, does it change the work orders? So, if this means like editing the template, let's say that you have the emergency light inspection and you've added another step, it doesn't change the procedure on the work order that's active. What it does is just update any future ones. So if I have my emergency light inspection on a PM and then I update the template, any future work orders that generate from that PM will have those new steps, but the ones that are active don't get updated. The quick way to do that is just to remove the procedure and add it back, but it doesn't update anything that's like currently in progress. When will the new roles be available? So yeah, as mentioned, view only is available now, and lead tech we're aiming before the end of the month. We're not going to have a closed beta for lead technicians, so you'll be able to set up your users as soon as we get the feature out. Okay, I'll just answer a couple more questions here. I'm sorry that we're over time. Any plans on adding more KPIs to other modules? Yes, we've actually heard some requests for adding KPIs to like the assets, locations, or request modules. It's something that we're definitely looking into. Any plans for parts on mobile? Great question. Absolutely. Also, another popular request. We're going to be looking at the ability to manage your inventory parts on the mobile app. Can lead technicians assign other users to the work orders? Yes, they can. So in addition to assigning themselves, they'll be able to assign other people to work orders as needed. The one thing that they can't do is add time. So if I'm the lead technician and I assign my other colleague, I can add them, but I just can't edit their time. Just mine. Okay, last question. How can I get training for my team members? So a lot of good resources. I mentioned a couple times that we are going to have the procedures training session coming up soon. Our help center is filled with lots of information, some really awesome videos that are very short, but very knowledgeable and helpful in understanding how to use the app. If you're in onboarding, please reach out to your onboarding team, and you can reach out to us at support@clickmate.com anytime you have a question about how to use the app. All right. What do we have left here today? But that's it. So yeah, a few takeaways. If you're a current ClickMate client, please try out the new features. We have your responses in terms of signing up for the procedures closed beta. If you have any questions or want to walk through it, please let us know. If you're new to ClickMate and you want a deeper look, we'll be very happy to set up a personalized one-to-one demo. Just let us know. info@clickmate.com is who to contact. And we'll be sending this recording out shortly after we organize it. And along with, I guess, links to the help center, any documents that can help you get through testing out a procedures feature. Thanks again for joining. Apologies that we ran a little bit late to start. and over time. But we always value our attendees today, our customers, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.